Well, that must have been some surgery.
Well, there were some complications. Why? Somebody looking for me?
Just your husband, and he's called, I would say, 8 times since 6 a.m.
And what did you tell him?
Just that you were still in surgery. But, you know, he didn't seem to have any knowledge of your schedule this morning.
No, he probably didn't. We had a fight. I'm going to be staying at the Port Charles Hotel for a few days.
I can't believe you just told me that.
Well, I want to make sure that the gossip is accurate.
Oh, well, I'll see to it. I will see that the hospital staff gets the facts and only the facts.
Well, I knew I could count on you, Amy.
Anytime. Don't look now, but do look behind you.
Okay, Monica, the party's over. We're taking you home with us.
How does the word no grab you?
Monica, we're not fooling around.
We insist that you return home at once.
I'm awfully sorry, but that's impossible. At least under the present circumstances. Alan.
What do you want? What do you want, an apology? All right, you've got it. I am sorry. I am terribly, terribly sorry.
I'm sure you are.
Well, then why don't you come home?
It is the principle of the thing.
Since when did the Quartermains stand on principle?
Never since I've known them, but there may still be hope for future generations.
What about Lila? Have you thought about her?
I'm sure you'll come up with some story. How you're so good at deceptions. It must be all that practice.
You know we could never fool Lila.
Okay, then she finds out. That's not my problem.
No, you're right. It's ours.
Yes, and then she'll probably side with you and move out.
Yeah, then where would we be?
Free. Well, isn't that what every married man secretly craves? To be single again? Just think of it. You and Edward hanging out at the singles bars, cruising the chicks.
You may find humor in this, Monica, but I assure you I do not.
Nor do I.
What you are both avoiding is the reason for all this.
A reason which you no doubt find valid.
And you no doubt find invalid.
It was a business tactic, Monica. There was nothing personal in it. We had to get control of that spa in order to get rid of Beatrice.
Edward, you tricked me into signing a piece of paper that would allow that spa to be absorbed by Boulon. I call that a cheap, direct insult to my intelligence.
Would you have allowed it otherwise?
Much as I loathe Beatrice, my loyalty would be to Lorena, so no, absolutely not.
Which is why I was forced to use that tactic.
We had to protect our investment in the spa. All right, we didn't do it right. We made a mistake. We're sorry.
Well, do you plan on doing anything about it?
We can't.
Why not?
Well, because it's a very difficult and long and complicated matter.
That's right. Even I don't understand it.
No. Anyway, what's done is done.
I am sure that you could come up with a simple explanation if you had to.
Just what is that supposed to mean?
Well, there's somebody that's going to arrive shortly who deserves, I believe, more than anybody else, an explanation.
I think she means...
Yes, Alan. Lorena will be here any minute. You wait right here.
Nurse Darcy Trout, 428 Nurse Darcy Trout.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Lorena?
Nice outfit.
Thank you.
Yes, always well dressed, poised. You're quite something, Lorena.
Nice to see a first-class businesswoman. Still a lady. Not too many around.
Are you going to tell me what they want, or are they going to tell me what they want? Because it's pretty darn obvious that there's a motive behind all this flattery.
Motive?
Why be so suspicious about a few nice little compliments?
Isn't, Miss Darling wonderful? You'd hardly know they were doing it.
Personally, I just wish they would get to the point.
It's a good idea. Let's get to the point. So, I'm going to turn it over to you, Father. You have the honors.
All right, I shall try to be tactful about this.
And be honest. He's going to be tactful and honest.
We don't want to have any further misunderstandings, Lorena.
Any more than we already have.
It's a very delicate matter and has to be handled appropriately.
Out with it, gentlemen, or I walk and you'll be telling it to the walls.
All right, it's about the spa.
Yes, the spa.
Actually, the stock in the spa.
Well, really, the stock in the spa.
Well, particularly the controlling interest of that stock.
Really, the controlling interest in the stock. Excuse me. We better get on with it, Father. Lorena will think that we've lost our minds.
So far, that's the only conclusion I've been able to come to.
Yes, well, we'll get to the point.
Yes, we're getting to the point.
Finally!
Yes, finally.
Excuse me, Dr. Quartermain, phone for you.
Which Quartermain?
Alan.
I'll be right there.
Just a minute. Bobby, would you take a message, please? The doctor's busy.
What happens if it's an emergency?
Bobby, would you ask if it's an emergency? If it isn't, please take a message.
Is this emergency? I'll take a message. Yes.
Edward, you were creeping up to a point. Why don't you just take the plunge and go for it?
Yeah, well, very well, I will. Rita, I cannot sell back to you the stock in Avalon Spa.
I thought it was that you wouldn't sell it back to me, not that you couldn't.
He can't.
I can't.
Now tell her why.
Well, because the stock has been absorbed by Bulan Pharmaceuticals. Now, of course, you would like to buy some stock in Bulan.
That is frightfully expensive, and I haven't got the money. You have cut me out completely.
It's nothing personal, let me assure you.
The hell it's not.
Now, look, as a businessman, I was offered several options. Now, for reasons that are much too complicated to go in now, I decided to merge the two interests.
But what is so complicated about self-serving, dishonest, and greedy tactics? You have made it absolutely impossible for me to even buy stock in my own spa. Now, why don't you just admit it?
Look, Lorena, you're upset, and we knew you would be.
Upset? I am mad as hell. You had no right.
Now, that's where you're wrong.
No business, then. Any decent man would have come to me first.
Well, why should we?
I sold you that stock with the agreement that I could buy it back, and now I have no chance. Monica, did you know about this?
No, only, well, when it was too late. I am just as devastated as you are, Lorena, and that's why I asked you over here, so you could get an explanation.
Monica's telling you the truth.
Shut up, Alan. I don't need you to tell me that my cousin is being truthful with me. I know who my enemies are.
It was a very difficult decision.
Difficult? I'll show you difficult. You both think that this fight is over? Well, you are wrong. It's just begun.
Yeah, we've tried to explain.
You are on notice, Edward Quartermain, and you too, Alan. Before this is all over, you will be down on your knees begging me for forgiveness. Thanks for the call, Monica.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Listen, if there's anything you need, any help whatsoever, let me know.
Help them. They're going to need it.
What I did was perfectly fine.
It was treasonous.
Oh, Edward, what you did to Lorena was treasonous.
Not true. It was just good business.
Underhanded, dirty, cheap tactics, and you know it, Edward.
You don't understand business, Monica. You never have.
Not the kind of business you practice.
The mistake, Monica, was telling Lorena in the first place. What she didn't know didn't hurt her.
Well, avoidance, putting things off, letting things slide, that's your answer to everything, Alan.
It should have just been kept in the family.
Yeah, that's a good point, Alan. You were angry with us, Monica. Maybe rightfully so, but that's no reason to get Lorena all riled up against us.
It was her money, her stock, and her spa.
That's right, Monica. It was her stock, was her money, was her spa. She sold out weeks ago.
With the promise that we would sell it back to her.
You see, Monica, if she was a good businesswoman, she wouldn't have trusted us in the first place.
Isn't it a sad world when trusting somebody becomes a handicap?
Sadder yet when your own family turns on you.
Hold it.
You're going to deny that you turned on us?
In a minute. First, I'm going to nail Alan for that pie.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Well, it's about 1,000 calories more than you need. And you, Edward, are you bugging for another heart attack? I've never seen so much cholesterol.
Well, I'm hungry.
You put that potato salad and butter back. Alan, change the pie for some Jell-O.
All right, if you insist.
Monica, you see how much we need you?
That's right, we really do need you. You leave us alone, it's going to be early death for me and Father.
Hire a nursemaid.
Well, we may have to. Excuse me.
Well, that is your problem. It isn't mine. So, who's going to pay for this?
Oh, allow me.
Listen, I think we're going to be able to work this out. Why don't I just get a table for 3?
Make it 2.
Like just you and me?
You and Edward, you fool. I wouldn't sit with you if my life depended on it.
Stay here.
Well, so much for the great big happy family. You know, Alan, I will never understand why we Quartermain men do not have more control over our women.
Let me tell you something, Father. I will have Monica home before dinner.
How are you going to do that? You can't even get her to have lunch with you.
A new tactic, sir. A new tactic that I think she will respond to. I certainly know she's responded to it before.
If you're talking about going back to Lorena.
I assure you this has nothing to do with Lorena or the spa. The hospital told me you checked out early.
I have nothing to say to you.
Good. I'll do all the talking then. I want you to come home, Monica.
I am not going anywhere.
Don't turn your back on me when I'm talking to you.
Let go of my arm.
Look, Monica, if I have to drag you out of here, you're coming home with me.
You wouldn't dare.
You just watch me.
Oh, same old Alan. When all else fails, just go for violence.
I was a meek man until I married you, Monica.
I asked you to let go of my arm. I wasn't kidding,
And I
Alan.
wasn't kidding when I said I will drag you out of here, Monica, if I have to.
Go of me!
Now, who's being violent, huh? Tell me.
I am warning you.
What are you going to do?
How is that for starters?
You know, I ought to slap you right back.
Oh, well, right cheek or left cheek. Take your pick, macho man.
I got a better idea.
I hope it is getting yourself out of here.
Not without something to remember me by.
What? Oh.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
Alan, neither of us smoke.
I'm serious.
Call room service.
No, put on our clothes and go home.
Drive carefully.
What do you mean you're coming with me?
Careful, Alan. This is how things started last time.
Monica, I am not leaving here without you.
And you are not leaving here with me.
How can you say that? After what just happened, after what we just shared.
It was terrific. It's always terrific.
No, but this time, it really meant something to me, Monica.
What?
I don't know, but it was significant.
It's odd. In all those times, I never heard you refer to it as significant. All those umpteen times.
Well, this time it was different.
No. No, what was different is that you wanted it to make a difference. But it hasn't. So put your pants on, Doctor, and run along home. You know how Lila hates to wait dinner.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You are kicking me out of bed? You're throwing me out of here?
It's a good choice of words.
Monica, how can you do that after what just happened? I thought that what went on between us showed you how much I need you and I want you and
What it showed me, my love, is that there are some things in the Quartermain family, very few, mind you, that can't be controlled. I'm one of them. Get going. Come on.
You regret this.
I'll regret it even more if I left it with you. So, come on, move it. I have my evening to plan. Come on. Come on.